assume that they're in that 2%. Maybe you're sitting there at home thinking the same thing. The truth is, most of us are in the 98%, say researchers, and therefore we have to focus on something called single tasking or monotasking. This is the idea that we focus on one thing at a time. This sounds counterintuitive. A lot of people say, well, if I'm doing less things, that's going to take more time. The truth is, when you focus on one thing at one time, not only does your productivity and your efficiency go up, your fatigue goes down and your stress goes down as well. Next time you get lost in that battle of trying to do loads of different things at the same time, press pause, take a step back, take a breath, and just focus on that one activity. This applies to eating, it applies to driving, it applies to texting, it applies to speaking on the phone or a Zoom call. Just do that one thing. A few years ago, I read a study that changed the way I live. You can't be logical and creative at the same time. Your brain and mind is using different faculties and different abilities to do different types of tasks. Imagine you're in meetings all day about numbers and data and analytics, and all of a sudden you're asked to do something creative, maybe write a speech or give a presentation. It can be really, really difficult to switch from one side of your brain to the other side in a matter of seconds. With very little organizing and planning, we're literally going like a pendulum, swinging from one task to another, which is requiring different parts of our brain and the abilities that we have. The way I solve this is that I start every day by first writing down my to-do list. I look at all the activities that I have to do. Now, in the examples I give in this video, I've simplified my task to make it easier, but know that I do this with a lot more detail. You want to draw a line down the middle of the page. On one side of it, write logical, and on the other side of it, write creative. You now want to plot and mark where these tasks on your to-do list fit, either in the logical category or in the creative category. The question you're asking yourself is this task largely structured, focused? Does it have certain boundaries? Is it quite a logical step-by-step process? Or is this creative? Is it more of a brainstorm? Is it somewhere where you need to feel free and expressive? After you've divided these tasks, you now want to write down the time estimate that specific task is going to take. What ends up happening is you start to plot your week by saying Mondays are going to be creative, Tuesdays are logical, Wednesdays are logical, Thursdays are creative, and Fridays are creative. Or you may also divide your day up into logical mornings and creative afternoons, or creative mornings and logical afternoons. This division, this time blocking allows you to get really immersed